Elon Musk's artificial intelligence startup XAI has showed off its updated Grok 3 model, technology that the billionaire says is, quote, the smartest AI on Earth. Matt Bloxham from Bloomberg Intelligence.
If you think the AI war was already absurd, hold on to your seat because it just got a lot more ridiculous. Meet Grok 3, Elon Musk's new bid to disrupt the artificial intelligence business, with his own dose of sarcasm, controversy, and, notoriously, bleeding-edge technology. Musk has been hyping this for months as the AI that will shame OpenAI and Google's Gemini one that will be smarter, more humorous, and naturally more free speech friendly than everything else available. And here it is now.
Grok 3 has very powerful reasoning capabilities. In the tests that we've done thus far, Grok 3 is outperforming anything that's been released that we're aware of. So that's a good sign. In fact, at times I think Grok 3 is kind of scary smart. And you're like, wow, this thing's smart.
But here's the million-dollar question. Is Grok really revolutionary, or is it another overhyped Musk product that doesn't work? If you've been paying attention to his records, you already know the answer. If you believe this is the future of AI, maybe it isn't. But if you believe this could be the funniest flop in the history of AI, you might be right. So, what is Grok 3 then? And how is it not ChatGPT? And did it literally break the internet? Let's take a look. In order to explain this model, let's first head back to the beginning. In 2023, Musk, in his perpetual pursuit of being at war with every firm he previously backed, concluded that OpenAI had become too woke. He asserted that AI was censored, restricted, and regulated in manners contrary to the ideals of free speech. And so, he did the only rational thing. He developed his own AI. And so, Grok was created. Musk is the same man who was recently tried to buy OpenAI, and was badly humiliated globally due to this action by Sam Altman. And now, days later, he is in the competition. So, let's talk about the most talked about Grok 3. Grok 3, an intriguing name itself and sounds like the title of a caveman who just invented fire, but as Musk explains, it's a nod to a science fiction term for deep understanding. Naturally, it would suggest that Grok actually has a deep understanding, which, spoiler alert, is still very much up for a debate. Right from the beginning, Musk vowed that Grok would be unlike any other AI chatbot. It wouldn't merely be intelligent, it would be a model that no one would be able to copy. Even Google Gemini and ChatGPT wouldn't dare to touch it. It was meant to be fearless, bold, and brutally honest. But that's not how his previous version of Grok worked, and now he has the newest version. The initial releases of Grok were, let's say, disappointing. They were supposed to be the AI version of a stand-up comedian, sarcastic, quick-witted, intelligent, and whatnot. Instead, they came across as clumsy, stiff, and meaningless. The jokes didn't stick, and worst of all, it wasn't quite remotely as helpful as ChatGPT or Claude. But Musk was not ready to let it get this in his way of revolution. Now, with Grok 3, everything is different. In his announcement and interviews, he quoted, "We're very excited to present Grok 3, which is, we think, an order of magnitude more capable than Grok 2 in a very short period of time." He insists that Grok 3 is as intelligent as ChatGPT 4 and is able to comprehend complex concepts. It has direct access to the internet and is trained on X. He quoted, "Grok 3 has very powerful reasoning capabilities. The benchmark test compared Grok 3 with different platforms, and the results were insane. Therefore, theoretically, Grok 3 must be an unstoppable force for an AI in reality." Can this be like his previous statements?
First of all, what is it based on? It's a large language model, so where is it pulling?
It's trained on everything.
On everything.
Internet, books, anything that could possibly be that's available in digital form.
What's wrong with Grok 3 is that it is unknowingly stepping into a battlefield ruled by behemoths. OpenAI enjoys the blessings of Microsoft. Google has its vast empire of computation and data to fall back upon, and Anthropic is making noise with Claude while Grok 3 is a chatbot exposed to Twitter. And that's where everything begins to break down. While Google and OpenAI's models are constructed on larger databases crafted by researchers and optimized to yield balanced responses, Grok is basically trained to respond as a Twitter user. And not merely a Twitter user, Elon Musk's Twitter. If you think that sounds like a recipe for catastrophe, well, it is. Grok 3 was meant to be the model that would revolutionize Twitter with AI-powered interactions. Instead, it can barely cope with even the simplest of questions asked. Yes, it does provide real-time browsing, but what's the use if it can't effectively analyze the data it is pulling? Half of the time, the previous version of Grok answers read like half-baked hot takes instead of carefully researched insights, and who knows what Grok 3 has to offer. And then there's the humor. Musk's big selling point on Grok has always been that it's humorously better than other AI models. Humor is difficult, however, particularly for an AI. Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT all play it safe and are more neutral, whereas Grok goes for more in-your-face style, sometimes humorous, sometimes cringe, and sometimes just plain incorrect. But the main issue, no one wants a sarcastic AI. Grok 3 has recently made the biggest splash on the internet. As soon as it came out, Twitter, OKX, exploded with people pushing its boundaries. They asked it outlandish things and attempted to break it always. And Grok being Grok wasn't even disappointed. Within hours, screenshots of weird and outright false answers began pouring onto the internet. Some of Grok's responses were hilariously off-target, others strangely worded just as written by an alien. People started creating memes on it rather than using it as a pure AI assistant. They were trying to get it to say the dumbest things possible, and, well, it delivered. If Grok 3 broke the internet, it wasn't because it was revolutionary, it was because it was hilarious. Now, what does the future hold for Grok? Well, there are two possibilities. In the initial one, however, Musk and his developers really do get a chance to upgrade Grok to something actually competitive. Perhaps Grok is ironing out cringe humor. It has provided Gemini, Claude, and DeepSeek a tough competition, but it is not the one that actually offers a viable alternative to the likes of the biggest players. The second option, the more probable one, is that Grok is merely a niche AI that is used more for novelty than functionality. It may never be as intelligent as its competition, but it will always remain the default choice for people who simply want to watch it crank out ridiculous and outrageous answers. In the end of the day, Grok 3 has certainly made the AI universe more fascinating. Whether for good or bad is still debatable. So, after all the hype and the promises, what's the verdict on Grok 3? Is it the revolutionary AI as Musk says it is, or is it one of the most entertaining AI models we have seen so far? Grok 3 isn't going to replace ChatGPT or Gemini anytime soon, but what it has done is make the AI race more unpredictable, more chaotic, and above all, more hilarious. And honestly, that might be the best thing about it. Stay tuned, because if AI continues in its vein, things are only going to get dumber from here. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tech news ahead.